Let's our student ask you the question now.
So you can take a look on the audience if you want. So
Yes.
that is the audience. So I think all of you, all of our students were very impressed by your film. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and now if you have questions, then
can you come?
Yes, there's a question.
Have to stay closer to the camera so that she can see you. Yeah.
Hi, Diễm. Can you hear me? Yeah, first of all, I want to say I really like this movie. This is my second time to watch it. I really liked it. And also I found that your subjects, they're really comfortable to be with you, and they barely they almost ignore your camera. I'm just wondering, how did you do that?
Because I think maybe I follow the protagonist and her parents in very long time, and because I don't speak Hmong language and I don't understand, and when every time I film, I ask them like what are they doing now, and where I can stand, and sometimes they have some suggestions for me for what kind of scene I have to film, and yeah, and they feel, yeah, maybe that's why they feel so, they feel comfortable, and when they growing up, sometimes she refuse to she refuse to me to follow her, and yeah, sometimes I have to stop when I filming, and yeah, and I think the main reason maybe I because I follow them in very long time, and I went to the village 5 to 6 times a year, and the longest times I stay maybe more than 1 month. But I just filmed maybe just 4 or 5 days in one times, and most of the times I spend to playing around with Z and her friend, and follow her to school, and talking and chatting with the teachers, and help her parents um, plant the rice, and harvest rice, or take care of the buffalo, and raise the chicken, and and yeah, and follow her parents to drinking alcohol too, and then I feel I feel just I film not too much, and almost the time I follow them everywhere, to walking, to drinking, and or cooking for them, and maybe that this way they feel more comfortable and more and the main reasons, maybe when I stop them, the dad say, in the first time I went to the house, and the parent brought me to the rice field and to plant rice, and I follow them in 1 week, and I and the dad say he feel I can survive in this village, so that's why I can survive, and that's why he allowed me to stay in their house, and yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So there's another question. Can you come?
Get ready for the next
So,
question.
Hi, I'm Kitty. It's really nice to see your work. I feel like very impressed about what you have done. And my question is like how you develop this idea and also what's the biggest difficulties you meet like in communicating or shooting this documentary film. Thank you again for your work.
Thank you.
Can stay here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. First when I came to the village, I just want and I saw her playing, and I just want to make a film about childhood and and uh, and I just want to watch how she can growing up because when I remember it's remind me about my childhood with my friends, and my friend also got married very young, and I don't know why our childhood disappear very fast,
Yeah.
and that's why I start this film, but I didn't have any clear script when I filming. I just because it's how childhood can disappear is it can happen with it happen with a lot of people in so many ways. So it's I confuse so much when I filming, and after 1 year in 2018, I decide to uh come and to film in that time. I feel she will have some time to decide, like it start Lunar New Year festival, and when she when the summer end or when summer start and the children go back to school, and some the times in the year like that, and we decide the structure of the film in the editing room, and after 3 years we have more than 100 of hour of the footage, and after we watch whole of them, and we decide to take more than 16 60s we decided to take 60 hour for translate from Hmong language to Vietnamese, and to English, and to French from my editors to edit the footage, and after I film when I don't understand Hmong language, and I just film by my feeling, and sometimes I
Oh.
ask Z and her parent to translate just very fast for me, like what did they say, and then and it have some kind of meaning in Vietnamese for me, and I also film the bride kidnapping scene when I film alone with I this film I film alone with very old camera from I borrow from my friends, and I film alone when I don't understand Hmong language, and I just film like by my feeling, and with the help of Z and her parent little bit, and then because we didn't have any budget for invite the translator, and after 3 years, and we got some budgets from the film funding from film grant, and we just we just translate whole the footage to Vietnamese when I decided to stop filming, because I stopped filming just before the COVID, and we translate the whole the footage in the COVID during the COVID times, and I just have a chance to understand whole of my footage in Vietnamese after 3 years. It's so crazy, but yeah, and we decided structure of the film in the editing room, and my editor asked me like, what kind of movie do you want to make now? And I feel I really want to make, and I feel it's be confused, and after 1 week I came back to him, and I said I want to make a film about the childhood, and how it can disappear, and the sadness and loneliness we had to go through when we growing up. So he said, well, we'll see, and we have like more than s- seven 7 months for editing, and yeah, it was crazy process because we edit the film when the COVID times, and sometimes I couldn't come to my producer how to sitting with the editor, and we have to edit it online sometimes, and we have to like have the sound mixing and color grading online with uh, um, with post production in Thailand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But when did you decide to focus on the Briar kidnapping? And you shot all the footage. There are other footage as well, but is it after seeing the translation, that's the focus?
Yeah, because when I filmed the Briar kidnapping scene in the 2019, and I realized is a very strong and strong and dangerous since I film it. It can destroy my first idea about the film. So I feel very scared about this, and I don't want to focus on bride kidnapping culture. And so that's why I convinced my producer to allow me to film 1 year after this. And I follow Z to her new school with her new teachers, new friends, and like a new life for her in a boarding school after bride kidnapping. And after one after this after in the 2020s, and I realized she now growing up and become a independent person, and she don't need me to follow her anymore. So I decided to stop filming and back to Hanoi and to edit the film. So yeah, but when we did edit the film, I don't want to focus so much on bride kidnapping, and we try to keep everything balanced and try to
Yeah.
tell about the story about one girl growing up and between she had to decide between traditions and modernity life, and is my main feeling when I filming, because like our generation stuck between uh tradition life and modern life, and sometimes the parents and our parent and our teachers like on the very different uh, uh, directions, and we stuck between. And yeah, it's the main feeling when I have in the editing room. So we try to keep it balanced and try to because I hate bride kidnapping. So but I hate bride kidnapping scenes, but I and but I realize is happened with my protagonist, and is the main point to turn her to think about as an adult. First she like a child, but when it happened, she had to think like a woman and to decide her future. So is somehow is I hate it, but somehow it's important to her and important to the film. So we try to keep it balanced when we edit the film. So yeah, I know it's really hard when something uh like a very hot topic with a filmmaker happen with the protagonist, but somehow I don't want this, and yeah, it's hard to keep it balanced, and yeah.
You did a wonderful job. So the lesson is that, you edit out of sequence, but it's totally fine because you show her at school early on, but it's the footage that you film 1 year afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So it works, but of course, nobody will tell
No.
that, she had grew up, but it's a good setup. The editing really helps.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
very good.
Also to put the playing of the bride kidnapping in the beginning, like a game. The kids are playing bride kidnapping, and if you are watching the film and you are a little bit informed about the content, you know there happened something in the middle or close to the end, the real kidnapping, and to put it in the beginning of the film, that's very clever from the storytelling side, because in the beginning everything is so innocent, and then it goes deeper and deeper, and then the moment comes and everybody is waiting. And this is from the storytelling side, it's very clever. Can you describe the process of building this kind of storytelling structure? Was it decided from the beginning on, or was it kind of development, changing of beginning, ending? Can you describe how the process goes on in the editing?
Yeah. First, I have a little bit confused when I see it when was I a little bit confused when we start to edit the films, because it's my first film and I just have my feeling. I want to make this kind of films. I want to tell my sadness and loneliness and my feeling when very scared when I filming, and I just have this feeling. But when I have to work with the footage, is 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 it exactly the image and the sound, and we because my idea is just idea, and when I work with the editing, I have to face with real footage and real image and real sound, and the image and the sound have so much problems with the focus and with the sound. And sometimes I filmed when I was very drunk, and
Very drunk, it helps.
Yeah, the drinking is very obvious.
yeah, because I follow Z and her parents, and sometimes I'm drunk too, and I still keep my camera when I was very drunk, and my editor my editor had to watch all of them, and he's so angry. He was so angry about this, and yeah, and and finally we decided to, because we know the bride kidnapping is sometimes something, so it's like a Pandora box.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and is sometimes it's dangerous too.
Yeah, but the rules are fixed. The
Yeah,
rules
to
are
deal
fixed.
with, yeah, and to deal with it, and we don't want, and we try, and finally we try um to open for the audiences a little bit from the beginning of the film, what something bad happened
Yeah.
for her, but now she here with us, so we decided to keep everything simple, like we saw her, we will see her growing up a little bit,
Mhm. Mhm.
and something bad happened. It's like we have a chain on the right on the on the way, but we see it go in the wrong way a little bit, like a little bit she in the wrong way, and we keep to uh and my editor have his idea that we will put the footage follow the Hmong people, um the Hmong people, like we have Lunar New Year, right?
Mhm.
In Asian culture, we have Lunar New Year, so everything follow the lunar calendar,
Mhm.
and the Hmong people, they follow the lunar calendar, and they have their Lunar New Year festival, and after that they plant the rice, and after that they harvest the rice, and and we put the footage and the scene of the film follow this calendar, and we will see her growing up a little bit, and we try to edit the film to for the Hmong people, and when we need to edit the film to how when the Hmong people they see the film, they will be have this feeling like the film follow exactly their real life,
The calendar. Yeah.
Mm.
the real life and the real calendar, and it's exactly the same happen with them on the real life, and we try to keep it simple for the audiences, and but also keep it much more close with the Hmong people real life, and we have luckily we have one of my friend from Hmong community, and he came for help us with the translator and translate the footage, and he gave us some advice for edit the bunch of footage of the bride kidnappings, and because a lot of things happen when we need keep it simple for audiences.
Yeah. The
Yeah, but
dealing, the
yeah, but
dealing,
the dealing
10 kilo of meat and all these things, yeah, to make it simple, to make it understandable also for the international audience, right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
it we need to keep it simple for audience or international audiences can understand, but we
Yes.
also have to keep it like when the Hmong people see it, they will say, it's it's familiar. It's not have something weird when they saw it. So
It's authentic.
yeah,
Authentic to them too. Question.
Yeah.
Come
We have
up.
other questions
have-
from students.
Hi, thank you for making this movie because I come from a small village too, so I really appreciate that you made this wonderful movie. So I have two questions. First, why do you choose Yi and her family as your subject? 'Cause I think it's a little bit risky when you choose a subject. And what kind of personality traits in B that make you sure that she is the one you want to shoot? And then
Interesting.
the second question is like, I think in some images, we can see the private part of a very little girl, a baby girl. So is this legal or not? Or how can we like cope with these kind of issues? Thank you.
You can stay here, and because then
yeah.
she can see you.
Please stay here. Okay. Uh, for your first, as I understand, for the first questions, is about the how I uh how I have this. Sorry.
Why do you choose them as your subject?
Yes. Is it's very simple, because when I went to the village, and I with my friend from Hmong community, they opened a little workshop for Hmong children on the northern Vietnam, and the dad allow allow them to stay in his house for making this little workshop for Hmong children about the photography, painting, and filming for children, and so that's why I know Z and her friends, and when I met her, I just have very close feeling, because she have the very like her face very round, it's round face, and her personality is exactly the same when I was a child, and I have the feeling like she's like just like me when I was a child, with the she very easy to connect with other people, and she talking loud and laugh very loud, and playing around, and so happy and so freedom. It's exactly like me when we were a child. But when I growing up, my friend got married, and my grandmother, we lost my grandmother, and so after that I changed. I become very shy people, and I don't want to talk with so much people, and I feel so sad, and everything changed when I lost my grandma, and lost my friends, and somehow I think is the end of my childhood. And when I saw her, and very innocent and very free freedoms, and I want to make the film keep hold of the beautiful thing about childhood. So that's why, yeah, that's why I start to filming her. And there's one meaning, because the parents very the parent they are, mm, they're very proud about the culture, and they
Mm.
took me to everywhere to understand their culture.
Ah.
So somehow I feel they have so very open-minded for share with me for filming. As you can see in the film, there's one scene of the mom, she made the indigo paste from the indigo plant. She 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 told me to film it. She want me to film these scenes, and for example, she really loves singing, and she she
Ah.
told me, why don't you filming when I sing in karaoke? And I say yes. And somehow, when the and it's also with when the bride kidnapped by the boy and the family, and I cried so much, and her mom said don't cry, and after 3 days she will back, and you have to help her if the boy and the family try to kidnap Z again. And for the Lunar New Year festival also, I want to film her playing with her, mm, go with her friend, but she refused. But the mom say uh she feel very dangerous, and the mom say it's a very beautiful day for in Hmong culture for kidnap a girl. And she told me to protect Z and follow Z everywhere with the camera. So I try
Yeah, yeah.
to
That
follow Z everywhere, but I somehow I
was a kind of
I feel-
agreement to protect her. Ah. That's
yeah.
very
So
interesting. That's very
yeah,
interesting. Hmm.
yeah, but I got so confused, because I know is her private life, in her own life. I cannot follow her all the times. I sometimes I feel I need to put a little bit freedom for her, for have the own 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 time with her friends. So sometimes I stop filming and left her talk with her friend sometimes. And yeah, it's so hard to follow her everywhere with her mom order. But yeah, because I feel she needs private life, and yeah, we cannot follow her whole the life whole her life. But yeah, I cannot protect her whole life. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's so, yeah. But for and for the third questions, can you uh
Yeah. I think in some images we can see a private part of a baby girl. Like it's not the, it's another baby girl. So is this legal, or how do you cope with these issues?
I what? I don't understand your question.
There's a baby girl, the brother was helping, and there was a little bit of the hurt because she didn't wear any, the pants, but she's a baby. So there's a shot of that. So my students asking whether that's you can cover it, it's legal or not. I think it's baby. Yeah, the niece of the little baby with the brother.
When on the scene
Yeah, when she was crying, she was looking at the buffalo, and then she
Yes.
she
tries
to hold her.
but she didn't wear pants.
She didn't wear the diaper. There's no diaper in the village. But so that was the question that she's the camera showed a little bit of her private parts. The
No,
baby.
I think because the baby she wear the diaper also.
No.
It's okay.
No, it's because it's a baby. I think
Yeah,
it's
okay.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So another question.
Another question? Oh, many.
Hi, Diane.
Hi.
Hi. I really appreciate your film, and my question is that I like you have really good relationship with the girl, and also it's like she let you follow her. She let you follow her to the Lunar New Year, and also let you film her with the boy. But there's sometimes she it's like we can hear a voice like in a film, and also you are getting involved in this the whole thing, and sometimes D is asking you not to follow. Like when she go home with the boy, you didn't follow her, but when she was dragging by the boy's family, and you did help her. Is there any sort of like agreement on like whether you can get involved, or is there a red line for you? And also, I want to know like what is your role to play in this film, like something like this. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you. First, I follow her. I just want to observe and don't want to get involved so much on their life. And but when I stay with them very long times and they started talking with me about their problems, about their life, their hope and their dreams, and sometimes Z and her parent ask me about my advice for them, and also with the teachers, because a lot of teachers come from the city, and they have the same age with me, and but they're and yeah, and sometimes I when I filming, I they're talking with me, and I respond back, and I realize, and sometimes I just feel like I don't care about the rule or the filmmaking or not, because I have my own feeling, and I am human being, so, and sometimes I feel very angry, and especially when she got kidnapped by the boy and the family, and because I don't understand Hmong language, and when Z and her parent talk with me in Vietnamese, they say they will not allow the boy and the family kidnap her again, and but sometimes when they speak with each other by Hmong language, I feel sometimes it's I doubt about them, and sometimes I feel I doubt all of them, and I feel so lonely and feel so angry about this, and when Z asked me about her some decision for her in future, like should I got married or should I back to school, and first I just feel like it depend on the uh decide, but sometimes but after when I know about more about Bang and his family, and I decide to talk with her all of my feeling, and I spoke with her like you have to go back to school and continue your studying. I don't want you to get married, because I don't feel good feeling with this boy, or you, yeah, and because I believe that is only way for the children like me, and for children like me and Z in the North Vietnam, is only way for to have more chance is continue studying, continue going to school, and keep working and keep constant, keep studying. So I feel like I want her become a independent person and become a happy life. And I I saw my friend when they got married very young, and there's so much problem happen to them, mm, and and I don't want Z to get married very young. So I I call the teachers came to help, and I call the teacher
Good.
came to police came and
Good.
to help her. But
Ah.
but when the teacher and police came, after that I realized it's not working. So it was not working. So I started to talk with the dad and the mom, and they say if the boy and the family try to kidnap her again, they allow me to physically like pull her back,
Wow.
like a
Wow.
like like a older sister,
Wow.
because the parents they also talk to me, and they fear the boy and the family will kidnap her again, and they prepare for us for for the feeling, and we already know is it will happen. But when it's happened in it really happened, me and they was very shocking. And but at this moment because I doubt, uh, I didn't believe in her in the parent at these times. And I and when I try to pull her back, and I hang my camera on my neck and I pull her
Wow.
back like the parents said. And but the grandmother stopped me, she hold me, and she stopped me, and I cannot help her anymore. And I feel so hopeless at this moment. And I I try to keep I try to keep filming because they're
Wow.
not allowed me to help her anymore. And so but I try to keep my camera on. And I feel so angry and so violent. And I feel like I have to filming to show this violence, to show them it's so much violence. So so I keep filming, and when she call me to help her, I feel so
Wow.
hopeless at this moment. And but I saw her mom standing there, and I turned my camera back like
Yeah.
to call her mom, and to call her mom to help. And her mom came and helped her. And yeah, and finally they can break up. And when I film her doing hold the two glasses of alcohol, and I realize now she's safe now. And I after this I close my camera, and I feel like I don't have any uh any strength. I just feel finally she's safe, and I feel so depressed with whole this family, and so angry with her and her parent too. And I'm also angry with whole of this, and I feel so tired. And I close my camera, and I immediately call my friend to pick me up. And I went to my friend to another village near the house, and I stayed there. And I got a fever after in 4 days. And I went after that I came back to Hanoi and don't want to talk with Z and her parent anymore. And I back to Hanoi in 6 months, and we didn't have. And but Z and her parent tried to call me, but I didn't respond them. And I feel so angry. And I back to Hanoi. And I don't want to continue filming in 6 months. But after that, I realized we need to talk about our feelings. So I back to her village and continue filming in the 1 year after. And yeah, it's really hard to uh control my feeling and try to understand and communicate with Z and her parent at this time. but finally we did, and finally we find the way to talk with each other feeling.
Oh,
So now everything everything good now, but at
wow.
this moment really hard. It was really hard.
That is a great challenge for a first-time filmmaker, Diễm, and I was very impressed in that moment. And to be in the middle of the conflict and to decide, and from one to the other second, what you have to do now. Yeah, keep
Yeah.
filming, helping her. Then you will lose all the very strong images, and that is a challenge for a first-time filmmaker. And you did a great job. That is the only what I can say. Yeah? And that is this kind of unique moments in documentary filmmaking that is capturing the truth. Yeah, that is so magic and so powerful. And you're struggling with the distance as a observing filmmaker, and
Yes.
to be in the middle of of the action and to be a part of the family, and they use you as a communicator, of a translator, and they need you. And this is all the big questions are on the table in the first film. I'm very impressed about your
Yeah.
work.
Thank you. Because I have my producer helped me to watch whole the footage when I filming, and my editor, my producer also my mentor, and they say in any situation you need to keep your camera, because if something happen, you don't know if it is gonna bad or it's gonna good thing will happen, and you need to keep your camera, and sometimes just believe in your feeling, in my feeling. And um, and um, I when I filming I when I filming when I have to make some decisions, I just ask myself, like, I consider, I feel her like my little sister, and if if there's something happen with my little sister, I I will give her some advice, not like a filmmaker, but I will give her some I will give her some advice as a sister, as my relative, so like a family. So yeah, I try to ask me again and again and again, and if it happened with my little sister, and if it happened with my 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 brother, and if it happened with my dad, and if it happened with my mom, I I will do something like this or not, and I try to keep it, and I didn't consider them as a subject, I because I realize just like me, they're human being, so they have their feeling and own feeling, and me too, and try to uh give some advice as a my relative and as my little sister.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
I think we have
Yeah,
time for one more.
Only one more
One
question
more question.
from a student.
Hi, Dean. And first, thank you so much for your work. I just got one more question. It's like, as a filmmaker, after you finish the work, will you still get close touch with your subject to get to know their like current conditions or situations, for example, with Dee and her family?
Yes. Yeah, I keep contact with them, yeah, we in sometimes, and I they on already they know the film go to film festival and won the award, and I brought the film to her in last September,
Uh-huh.
but after I brought the film to her. I showed the film to her last September. But after 3 days, she just want to go to shopping, celebrating and eating. And after 3 days, I told her like, now we need to watch the film, and I have to back to Hanoi and to back to work. But she like, how long for the film? 90 minutes. No, it's too long. I don't have time. Maybe you have to.
The YouTube generation. It's too long for the young generation.
Yeah, too long. I don't have time. So maybe you next time you bring things to us. And it's also for it's also for the parents. They say, "Oh, congratulations! We're so happy for you, but we don't have time to watch the film. Maybe next time."
We have to feed our pigs. Yeah.
Yeah. But we tried. We have planned to show the film next March in
Yeah.
Vietnam, and I hope we will like open a tour for them to
Yeah.
travel and for
Yeah.
travel a little bit. And she really excited about that, and she have a chance to go out her village to playing around, and she very happy about that. But yeah, and sorry, but I keep talking nonsense. So sorry.
Is she married now? What's her status? Is she?
Yeah, yes, she
She's
married
married.
now. Yeah, but she will back to school next year, and now she 19. She
Oh, yeah.
19 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I read in an interview that she has 2 kids, or is that right?
No, she have just one, and
One.
very little daughter. So cute and so adorable.
So she got married after 18?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for this all these revelation about making the film. And we wish you the best of luck with the
Yeah,
Oscar
Oscar.
race. And it's actually a miracle that the small film get even shortlisted. So
Yes.
a lot of people that heard about the film really like the film from the international community. So that's a big achievement. And thank you and congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. And I feel for working as filmmakers, I just keep continuing, and you can looking for help from your teachers, because like me, because my producer was my teacher. So I hope
Really?
you will. Yeah,
Great.
I hope you will. I wish you all the best, and have your own films, and happy Lunar New Year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you and
See
hope
you.
to see you very soon and in your next film.
Yes. Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.